Hello, my fellow limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? In today's video, we are going to jump in on probably one of the the only two things that we can be doing incorrectly on our manifestation journey. And I want you to tweak these things and watch your entire 3D world change. And I mean that change. But first, basic bitch, if you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the Dropbox below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have 2 channel memberships. I have an exclusive lives group that I go live with every single Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Old stories and circumstances are not invited to that membership. That is a zhuzhing membership only. If you don't know what zhuzhing means, it means just pumping you up, giving you a little boost on your manifestation journey. Then there is the hot seat / group coaching that we go live together every single Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is the group. You can bring everything with you. You can bring their circumstances, you can bring your old stories, and you can ask me anything you want in regards to your scenario. There are no limits in that group. So, join the membership. If you join the hot seat group, you do have access to both groups. I also have TikTok, Instagram, I have Clapper, and listen, if you're new, how you doing? Kimberly, how you doing? I would love for you to subscribe and come back and see me so we can talk manifestation together. Let's be manifestation buddies. You'll be one of my HBICs, the head bitch in charge of your reality. Yeah? What's more sexy than that? I can't think of anything other than myself. No. Anyways, let's jump in. Okay. You know what I'm going to do. This is where we're going to go. Live your life in a sublime spirit of confidence and determination. Disregard appearances, conditions, in fact, all evidence of your senses that deny the fulfillment of your desire. Rest in the assumption that you are already what you want to be, for in that determined assumption, you and your infinite being are merged in creative unity, and with your infinite being, God, all things are possible. God never fails. For who can stay his hand or say unto him, what dost thou? Daniel 4:35. Through the mastery of your assumptions, you are in very truth enabled to master life. It is thus that the ladder of life is ascended. Thus the ideal is realized. The clue to the real purpose of life is to surrender yourself to your ideal with such awareness of its reality that you begin to live the life of the ideal and no longer your own life as it was prior to this surrender. Let's talk about that. Let's kim it down. Basically, what Neville is saying here is deny your senses. Deny your senses. If you were in my Saturday night live stream from last week, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Deny your senses. If your manifestation isn't in your 3D, deny your senses. Period. End of discussion. Now return to the state of the wish fulfilled. Return to your decision of being the version of yourself that is having the manifestation. End of discussion. The only thing required of you on this journey of conscious manifesting is 2 things. 2 things. Get into the state of the wish fulfilled, or decide to be the version of you that is having the manifestation. And number 2, deny your senses until the manifestation is here. Period. But let me tell you what anything I have personally ever read regarding manifestation, and yeah, I've read more than just Neville Goddard. Never, ever has anyone ever told any of you to check the 3D, to look at the 3D and ask if it's changed yet. No one ever said, get in the state of the wish fulfilled and then look at your 3D and check. But yet we still do it. And then we question why the manifestation isn't here yet. Have you denied your senses if you're questioning your 3D? No, you haven't. And in that moment, you are clearly not the version of yourself having the manifestation. Our job is to be the observer of thoughts that come in our mind. Be the observer. If they're thoughts that don't line up with us having our manifestation, our job is to tell ourselves, that's the old version of self. Those are thoughts belonging to an old version of self. It's not who I am anymore. This is who I am. In that moment, be determined that you are being new self, period. Period. And from there, return to that version of yourself every single time you fall out. Go back. Just go back. Don't worry about feeling it. Don't worry about pressures as in, oh my God, I'm having so many negative thoughts. Oh my God, I'm afraid they're going to manifest. Stop it. Hear me saying that to you. Stop it. It's not every individual thought that manifests. It's the who you're being that manifests. It's what state you're in that manifests. It's always the state. You don't have to be afraid of your thoughts, but you do got to go back to your wish fulfilled. Even if you don't feel like it, even if that moment you're still feeling anxious, upset, disappointed, angry, even in those moments, it's okay. But you can still return to your decision that you are new self. Throw all the rules of manifestation that you've heard and all the plethora of this very oversaturated area. I don't know what else to call it. It's oversaturated. Throw it all out. Throw everything out the window. And just choose to be the new version of yourself. And you can make that decision. You can choose by affirming it, by visualizing it, by having an inner conversation with yourself. Yes, your higher self. That is what I do. You can script it, but just stand in the decision that that's who you are now. And when you fall out of that, and you know you fall out by how you feel and what thoughts are coming up, return. Go back. No, these thoughts belong to old self. This is who I am now. Because what Neville is pointing out to you in the quote that I just read, God doesn't make mistakes. Your God is the I am, and you are the I am. That is what is inside of you. That is what is giving you the magical power of manifestation. It's the I am. It's the God. If you don't believe in God, insert the word you do. Universe, source energy, higher power, whatever. Subconscious mind, insert the word that resonates with you. For me, it's God. It's the I am. Okay? And you might hear me refer to God as He. That's just because that's what I'm used to. I was raised Catholic, then I went into Christianity, so it was always a He. I don't necessarily believe God is He. I don't think God is she. I think God is it. It's everything, right? Okay. But out of habit, you're going to hear He from me. As you return to your wish fulfilled place, that is you choosing. That is you deciding to be on the timeline of you having your manifestation. That's the right reality. That's the reality you belong to. When you fall out and start allowing in the negative thoughts, that's the timeline you're choosing. Every time you make the decision to go deliberately check the 3D and see if anything's changed yet, you hopped to that timeline. You went right back to the reality of you not having. Because if you were in the wish fulfilled, if you were being new self, you truly would never even have that question. You would just know. You would comfortably know. It's yours. It's done. It's created. It's already in existence. When you're questioning, no matter what the question is, you're not in the wish fulfilled, period. I often get asked on this journey, yeah, but, and then they want to give me their circumstances, which is totally understandable. I was that person too. Yes, I hear in theory that no circumstances matter, but you might want to hear mine first, just in case secretly I have the one circumstance that is going to be different and I'm not going to be able to fix that. I know that was me too. Okay, I had a really bad logical mind when my journey started. And I was a skeptic on top of it. So I get it when we question things. I do. I understand. And feel free to ask me anything. But I promise you, there are no circumstances that are bigger or stronger or more powerful than God, than the I am. There's nothing bigger than God. And that is what Neville is trying to bring to your attention. God never fails. For who can stay his hand or say unto him, what dost thou? Meaning, who's bigger and badder than the person who created everything? Who's bigger and badder? What obstacle is stronger than God, than the I am, than the universe, and your subconscious mind, than your higher power, source energy, whatever you believe in, moonbeams? Who's bigger and badder than that? No one. Nothing. No obstacle. So the only two things that were ever in question while we're on this journey is the not returning to the state of the wish fulfilled, and then when we're not denying our senses. That's all that's required. Return to your decision that you're going to be any version of yourself that's having whatever the fuck you want. And deny your senses. Deny what you're seeing in the 3D. Manifestation is getting ahead of our 3D. Your current 3D is the manifestation of who you used to be, the former version of you. It will change. It will validate you if you continue to return to the wish fulfilled. The wish fulfilled only means the state of having the desire, or the version of yourself that is having the desire. All of those mean the same thing, essentially, okay? Return. Return no matter how you feel. Return no matter what's going in your 3D. There's nothing in the way. There are no obstacles. Return to the decision. And I can't say this enough. No one has ever told you to check the 3D. No one has ever said, go check their social media. No one ever said, go say your affirmations and then go look to see if anything's changed in the 3D yet. You can't be in the wish fulfilled and at the same time go check the 3D. There's never going to be a time where those go hand in hand. When you're in the wish fulfilled, your 3D just flows. Meaning you're not staring at it. You're not looking, is my manifestation here yet? While you're in the wish fulfilled. That just doesn't happen. Ever. You just live your life when you're in the wish fulfilled. You're just living your life. So what are you doing right now? What version of yourself are you choosing to be today? Are you denying your senses? Listen, your state or the version of you that's having your manifestation, that's the true reality. The imagination, that's the true reality. If you're looking out here, and over here is the 3D. If you're looking over here, you're not being the version of yourself that's having this manifestation. Like I said, there's only two things, only two true things that can get in the way of our manifestation, or that we can do wrong on this journey. And by do wrong, all I mean is your Amazon van is parked at a stoplight when you're doing these two things. When you're not in the wish fulfilled, and when we are not denying our senses. Our Amazon van has a red light. If you're new here, I use the analogy that your manifestation is sitting in the back of an Amazon van. And when you are in the wish fulfilled, when you are on your game, it's all green lights on the way to you. And when you're starting to question things, but you're not spiraling, it's not that bad. A thought popped up, you entertained it. We got a yellow light. Didn't fully stop because you decided to return to the wish fulfilled. However, when we full on spiral, when we overreact, when we sit in shitfucker land, which is also, if you're new here, shitfucker land means being in the place of not having our manifestation and marinating in it and shitting and sitting in our negative thoughts. That's what shitfucker land is. When we're sitting over there, when we're marinating in shitty thoughts, when we're giving up on our manifestation, we give that Amazon van the red light. We don't want to do that. We don't have to do that. Deny your senses, return to your decision that you're having whatever you want, and go live your life. Go get ice cream. Go for a walk. Go play with your dog. Go fold the laundry. Just go do something. Don't marinate. Go do something. The more often you return to that state of the wish fulfilled, the more often you're there, the more often you return. Doesn't matter how often you fall out. It doesn't. Doesn't matter how long you sit in the state. It matters that you return. No matter what, you return. Just decide. Decide. I am now the version of myself having my manifestation, whatever that may be. Decide. Your 3D cannot deny you. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.